there's a lot of similarities between NFT artists that are trying to make it and MLB
Sure.
pitchers in the minor league trying to make it. Is there some kind of synergy there between those two lives?
Yeah, I would say so. I think like there's obviously a large discrepancy between minor league pay and major league pay. So minor league, most minor leaguers are really grinding to support their family and to make a living. And I think that like depending on where you're at, like when you're joining the NFT space, it can be pretty daunting. Like as an artist, if you don't already have a big following, to get into the NFT space, and like even like a zero point zero 0.01 or 0.02 sale can be like really big, right? So I think there's a level of that kind of like working your way to the top kind of mentality. But it's a little different, I would say, just because of the competitiveness of baseball, and I try not to get too competitive with NFTs because that's not really what I'm here for. But obviously there's that portion of my brain that's like crazy competitive. So yeah, so they definitely have their similarities, but yeah.
How has that manifested itself in like a day to day? Like, give me an example of when you got too competitive for NFTs and you were just like, this is not it.
Yeah.
Like that, we don't need to be doing this here.
I think it was when I was getting too into like the PFP trading and like just trying to, invest and like thinking I had this whole market figured out, you know what I mean? And like, oh, I know the next Bored Ape, I know this, I'm going to be, trading every day. And I was like getting really like too into it. Which like took away from my art stuff. So it was just me getting competitive and seeing other people making trades and stuff. And I was like, oh, like I could do that. I could trade better than this guy. You know what I mean? So, definitely had to tone that down a bit for sure.
You mentioned the trading taking away from your art. I'm also interested in this balance between being a pitcher and being an artist, right? Like balancing those professional lives. Do you feel like maybe spending too much time on NFTs trickles its way into your time as a pitcher and vice versa? Like, does that kind of battle at you like on a day-to-day or a week-to-week basis?
Yeah.
How do you balance it?
Yeah, it gets a little tricky. I wouldn't say that like, I think that the hardest part was when I first came back to baseball from doing NFTs essentially full time during COVID, because I was doing NFTs full time basically, besides like working out and throwing still for baseball, up until like June of 2021 was when I first came back to baseball and then doing NFTs, and it was like, holy cow, like how am I supposed to like make any art like during season? Like I have no time. Like I was lugging my giant PC on the road with me, like
desktop.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the software.
Right.
Got it.
Because I hadn't purchased a higher quality laptop yet, which I have since purchased for going on the road. So it was just kind of a mess, and like I was pretty unmotivated art wise. So I definitely like hadn't really got it figured out yet. So that was tough, I would say. But since then, I think I've kind of got a balance and like know how much time I need to spend on my art and like how to keep a balance, and you know what I mean? So I think I got it relatively figured out. But for those first few months of trying to like balance, it was definitely weird and tough for sure.